Welcome in YouTube to Redfall Deliberations. Go ahead and hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. It really does help us out here on the YouTubes. Okay, let's not sugarcoat it. As I said throughout the whole playthrough, the game is not bad, the game is not great. It is mid. And like I said, if you can get it off, if you have Game Pass and you can get it in Game Pass, it is a definite play. Just go play it if you don't have to invest any money in. People invested $70+ into the game, like myself. A little let down, 33 hours of gameplay. And as I said at the end of the last video during the credits, I didn't experience any of the bugs really that a lot of people experienced. The thing I did experience was my encoder overloading a little bit from time to time when fast traveling, and when we went into a new area on the map, when it had to render in, there was a little bit of trouble there. We didn't really experience much in the way of AI difficulty or problems not seeing us. I mean, there were a couple times where, like it would go, like people would say they would go over there and whatever. And technically you could explain it this way. The cultists are not trained professionals, right? So they're not going to have the best aim. They're not going to have the best awareness, right? And the Bellwether AI was a little bit better. And they are PMCs, so you would expect them to be able to hit you a little bit harder. And it felt like they did. I didn't experience any of the AI issues as far as like vampires. The vampires hit me, and they hit me hard. And I played on all 3 difficulties throughout the playthrough. I started on the hardest, worked my way down, just because I did want to make progress, just get through the game to finish it off. Again, I got a ton of content out of it. I had fun playing the game. I'm glad I got it. I'm glad I played it. I also went in with no expectations, so that might be on me. If you have Game Pass already, go play it. If your friends have Game Pass, have them play it with you. Just know that there's their progress with you is not going to save, but that issue is there. It feels like there might be more to this game down the road. It feels like maybe Bethesda or Microsoft or both of them just said to Arcane, we're pushing it out. And Arcane was probably like, don't do that. Kind of like what happened with Cyberpunk, right? CD Projekt Red said, hey, the game's not ready. And or the developers said, hey, it's not ready. And the publisher said, you know what? I don't care. Pushing it out. And it had a bad launch. Same thing with Mass Effect. I think BioWare told EA, hey, this game isn't ready to go. EA is like, well, it's been pushed off. We got to put it out. And better to ask for forgiveness kind of situation. And there was issues, obviously, with those. Those are some of the ones that stick out as far as bad launches. Again, is this going to be Game of the Year? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It will not be in the Game of the Year category. It won't even be in the discussion. I don't think it deserved as much hate as it got, but it is what it is at this point. The rating I'm going to give it is 6 out of 10. This is the lowest rating I've given a game. If it was priced at like $30 or $40, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10, to be honest. The cartoony graphics like you see on the screen kind of like put me off at first, but I got used to it. I feel like it's almost like a Borderlands with vampires. The feature I like is the staking. Like, you can't just shoot a vampire. You have to shoot them, you knock them basically, and you have to go up and stick them with your stake. And not every gun had a stake on it, so like that made it a little bit harder. It made it a little more interesting. It would be fun to play around with a group to like try to maximize like Jacob's abilities as well as like all the other abilities. For sure. I don't feel like many people are going to give it a second playthrough. Unfortunately, I think it is at this point what it is. And we did, I don't want to say 100%, but we did do 100% of the missions all the way through, and that is fine. Got all the safe houses done. That was fine. overall, it's a decent game. Don't let the hate get to you. Again, if you have Game Pass, at least try it. At least try it. I mean, what do you got to lose at that point? Except for maybe put a couple hours into it and you'll be like, okay, yeah, this is definitely not for me. Or you might be like, this is not that bad. So 6 out of 10. Because of the price point, dragged it down a couple points. But if it ever goes on sale, I could definitely see this getting bundled, especially sooner rather than later, with a Prey and the Dishonored franchise, to encourage people to get it. I can see that happening. If that does happen, definitely snag it at that point. And have some fun. Just treat it like a game. You know, there's nothing really else out there. In my opinion, Jedi Survivor had a lot of issues as well. Zelda, you know, is only for the Switch, so but I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. If you didn't see it, there is a playlist. I'm going to link it in the comment section. If you want to go through and watch it, you can. It is what it is. It is what it is. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if the devs come through and like try to polish it up a bit, or it might be a dead project. Starfield, you're under a lot of pressure right now to come out with a decent game for Bethesda. Hopefully it's decent. We'll see. But I hope you liked it. If so, hit that like button. And if you're new to this channel, hit the sub button. Love you all. Talk to you on the next one. Bye-bye.